Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? This is part 3 of the Squid Game symbol accessory video. Hope you like the accessory we have created using the Squid Game symbol in the last 2 videos. If you have not watched them, you can refer to the link in the video description below. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can easily create wearing ring using Squid Game mask and symbol. Let's see how the Squid Game ring look on your fingers. These are the printer parts. The 3D printer texture bed has created a very nice texture on it. Behind the mask part are the hole we make for the ring to go through. This is a completed ring with a mask shape ring and the symbol of a circle, a square or triangle. To put the ring and the mask part together, align one end of the ring to the hole behind the mask, insert the ring and turn it around till it is aligned properly. When done, put it onto your finger. It looks nice and unique, right? If you have different finger size, you can print the ring with different size too. For this one, we model the ring with 10 mm radius and taking away the thickness of the ring. The diameter of this ring is about 18 mm. You may have noticed there are Squid Game accessories here that is different from the rings we have made in this video. They are created in our earlier videos. If you are interested in them, please watch the video. The URL is provided in the description below. This accessory is created in Squid Game Video 1 using Squid Game symbol, triangle, circle and square for earrings and hanging accessory. The other is the Squid Game symbol made in Video 2, which we make it into keychain, earrings and hanging accessory. Alright, which Squid Game mask ring do you like? Is it the one with the circle, square or triangle? Do you like this mask wearing ring we have made? Do you want to design and make it yourself? Now I'm going to show you how to model the accessory with the FreeCAD software. This is the face mask of the Squid Game mask shape that we are going to create in FreeCAD. If you do not have a copy of the FreeCAD, you can go to freecadweb.org. They are installer for Windows, Mac and Linux. In FreeCAD, start a new document. In Part Design Workbench, create a new body and a new sketch. In the XY plane, select the arc tools here and we're going to draw an arc here, constrain to the origin and create an arc, followed by another arc below here, then we constrain to the y-axis. The radius for the upper arc is 5.5 mm and the lower arc we're going to set the radius to 4.5 mm. We want to make sure that the top is constrained to the axis here, so by clicking the point and the axis, make sure they are constrained to the axis. Okay, the distance between these two arc center is 5.5 mm and the angle for the lower arc we will set it to 130 degree. Okay, we want to make sure the arc is aligned horizontally, so you select these two end point of the arc and set the vertical distance to 0. Next, we're going to connect the arc on the left side of these 2 points here, constrain it, and the other one, and do it here, and likewise go to the arc on the right here. We will set the radius for the arc to 18.9 and we'll set the right arc equal to the left arc. Alright, this is fully constrained and this is the first face shape we're going to create. We're going to create one more sketch here, create a new sketch, likewise XY plane. Alright, we're going to create another sketch here following the same shape but in the bigger size. Okay, so likewise select the arc tool in the center here, constrain to the origin, constrain here and draw a bigger arc, constrain to the axis. On the bottom here, likewise constrain and create an arc here, and the radius for the upper arc here will be 8 mm. Alright, the lower arc here, the radius is 7 mm, and the distance between the two arcs we will set it to 5.5 mm. Likewise, we will make sure that these 2 points is aligned horizontally by setting the distance to 0. And again, we will use the endpoint arc tools and connect this 2 points left here. Okay, likewise go to the right, connecting the 2 points together, and let's set the angle for the lower arc, which is 130 degrees. Alright, so now we can set the radius for this arc again and set to 18.9, and let's make these two arcs the same, equal. Alright, fully constrained. We are good with that. Right, let's create another sketch in the XY plane. Draw the same arc again using the center and end point starting from the origin, and we're going to draw an arc here, constrain to the axis. Likewise, another arc below here, and set the radius to 6 and the lower radius to 5. Set the angle to 130 degrees for the lower arc, and make sure that the 2 points for the lower arc is constrained to 0, and connect the 2 points on the left here together. Likewise, go to the right end point here, constrain it together. Now we'll set this arc radius to 18.9, and again we'll set these two arc equal, and the last point is to set the distance between the two arc center to 5.5. Okay, we are good with this. Okay, now we have created 3 sketches, but they need to be in different distance on the Z axis. The first sketch, we will move it 2 mm below. So let's go to the attachment here, position. Under the Z, we'll move it -2. So you can see that now the sketch is moved downward. For the sketch 001, we'll keep it at the current position. As for sketch 002, we'll move it up by 4.5 mm. Okay, so this is how it look like, okay, on the sketch itself. Right, good. And we need to create 2 more sketches on top of this one. Alright, let's create a new sketch again, and likewise on the XY plane, we're going to create another sketch using again the arc tools here. Constrain again, and we're going to draw a smaller arc here, and likewise below another arc here. Right. The radius for the upper arc is 2.5 mm. The radius for the lower arc is 1.5 mm. Right, let's zoom out a bit so they can see them. Let's set the angle for the lower arc first to 130. Then we can set the 2 endpoints of the lower arc to make sure that they are aligned horizontally to 0. And again, use the endpoint arc tools and create the 2 arc on the left and the right here. The radius for this arc is 18.9. Make both sides the same by selecting them and use the equal tools, and the distance between the 2 arcs here is 5.5. Close it, and now for this one, we're going to move this up to 5.1 mm. So you can see on the side here, that's how it looks like. Alright, we're going to create one more sketch. Okay, let's do it. XY plane again. This one, we're going to create a small sketch. Constrain to center, get an arc, constrain, and another arc here, constrain, the angle for the lower arc is 130 degrees. The distance between this lower arc center and the upper arc is 5 mm. Likewise, constrain the lower arc endpoint to 0. Finally, and again, use the endpoint arc to draw the side arc. Okay, let's draw it. And the radius for the arc is 18.9. Okay, the upper arc radius is 0.5 and the lower arc radius is 0.1. And now I can set both equal. Okay, so this is how it look like. On this sketch, I move it up to 5.15. Okay, so this is how it look like. Okay, we need to select the first sketches here and create the loft tools, and then we start to add the second layer. Okay, we add this, click on this, followed by this. This is how it look like in terms of the shape that we want to create. Right, so if you now look at the earlier one that we have, we actually create a hole here for the ring to go through. So the next thing we're going to do is to add the ring hole for this. Right, for that we're going to create two more sketches. Create a sketch YZ plane. We're going to draw a sketch here with the hexagon, and as the object is blocking us, so let's change it to wireframe. Use the hexagon tools, draw a hexagon here. Alright, so that's the hexagon we have. Select the line here and set it vertically constrained. Alright, and the radius we'll set it to 1.8 mm. Alright, and the distance between this and the origin, the vertical distance is 2.5 mm. And we're going to constrain this to the y-axis as well. Let's set the distance to 0. So this is how it looks like. Now we're going to create one more sketch which is for the ring, and let's create a new sketch XZ plane. Okay, in the XZ plane, draw an arc. Constrain arc center to y-axis, draw arc from here to here. Okay, the distance between this arc center to the origin, the vertical distance is 7.5 mm, and the radius for this arc we're going to set it to 10 mm. Basically, this is all we need to do on this arc. Close it, going back to the view, show it at ease. Next, switch to part workbench. In the part workbench, select sweep utility to sweep. Select 005. Select create solid and finite. We're going to select the sweep path, which is a ring. Done. Okay, so now you can see that I have created a ring around it, right? Okay, and the final thing we need to do on this is to do a cut between this item and the sweep, followed by a cut. Right, so that's how this thing look like, and we are done with this. And you can save it and export this for your slicers to slice for printing. So you can, from here, select the final object, which is a cut item, export from file and export it to Squid Game ring. Save it. Remember, we actually want to put symbol on the face of the ring here, which is the triangle, square and circle. We need to create 3 more model here. Alright, so next is to create a new document. Go back to part design, create a new body, a new sketch, XY plane. Let's create the circle first. Take the circle tool, constrain to the origin, draw 2 circles. The first circle, the radius will be 3.5 mm. The second circle, the radius is 2.5 mm. Fully constrained, we close it. For the sketch itself, we'll pad it up to 0.3 mm. And that's all we need to do for this. And we can export this out by selecting the pad item here and export this to Squid Game ring circle. Export it out. Next, we create another symbol item for the square. Okay, create a new document, new body, new sketch. In the XY plane, take the square tool, draw the square, 2 square here. The width of the square is 7 mm. Alright, and the width and the height is the same, so make them equal. Do the same for the other square. Okay, the height is 5 mm, and make the height and the width the same for the smaller square as well. Make them equal. Let's zoom it up. The distance between this and the origin point here, horizontal distance is 1 mm, and the vertical distance is also 1 mm. Close the sketch Likewise for this one, we will pad up to 0.3 mm. Select the final object and export it to Squid Game Square. Save it. Finally, we need one more document, new body, new sketch. XY plane, use the line tool. Draw the angled line up, followed by another horizontal line along the axis, another angled line up. So this is not constrained, as you can see. Make sure that they are constrained together. The length of the side of the triangle is 7 mm. Okay, we make all the sides the same by selecting them and make them equal. To move this, select this and constrain them. Now draw the inner triangle. Draw the angled line down, followed by another horizontal line along the axis, another angled line up. The distance between these 2 points is 1 mm. The side of the distance is 5 mm. Okay. So this is how something like. And let's make all the sides of the triangle the same. And we expect the distance between here, the vertical distance is 0.5, and we are good with that. Okay, and with that again we pad it up to 0.3 mm, and the final object we export it out to Squid Game ring triangle. Next, create a ring part for the finger. Create a new document, new body, new sketch. Right, so on the XY plane, use the endpoint arc to constrain to the origin and draw an arc around it. The radius for this arc, we're going to set it to 10 mm. The distance between these two endpoints of the arc here, let's set it to 6 mm. Make sure that it's aligned to the axis here. Alright, so that's constrained to the axis to make it fully constrained. Good with that. Next, we need to create the thickness of the ring. Create a new sketch, XZ plane. Going to add a hexagon to this, constrain to the center here, add a hexagon. Make sure that the horizontal line here is horizontally constrained, and the radius for the hexagon is 1.5 mm. Good with that. Alright, with that we switch to Part Workbench, and in the Part Workbench use the Sweep utility. Select Hex Sketch as a profile, create a solid Fernet sweep path. Select the sweep path here. Done. Okay. So this is what we have created, which is a ring. Select the edges and give it a fillet of 1.2 mm, and move over to this side. Select all the edges of the hex endpoint here. Give it a fillet of 1.2 mm. Alright, that's all you need to do for this one. And with this done, you can now export it. We'll call this Squid Game ring 10 mm. That's all you need to do for all the sketches for this ring, and we can now switch over to the slicer software to slice them. With the 3D model done and exported to STL format, we are now ready to export the STL into the 3D printer slicer software. In the slicer software, click on Add, select Squid Game ring STL and the ring 10 mm STL. Open them, rearrange them. We will need to rotate this 180 degrees. Select this item, okay, in the rotation change it to 180 degree. Okay, for this we're going to print 0.1 mm details. This is going to print the PLA. For infill with the DP at 30%. Basically that's all we need. If you're happy, click on slice now. With the smaller slice, you can drag the orange bar here to see how each layer are being sliced. Right, we are good with that, and you can scroll down on the right panel to see that it will take about 0.6 meter of filament to print, and it will take about 25 minutes to print this one. Good with that, click on export G-code. You can take the default name given or input your own name for the G-code file. When the G-code file is exported completely, this pop-up message will show you that it's done. Okay, so this is what you need to do for the ring model slicing. Next, we need to slice the Squid Game symbol. Delete existing model and add Squid Game ring, circle, square and triangle STL. Open them. When they are imported, click on arrange. We're going to print these in much more detail, which is 0.05 ultra details. Okay, and the rest we got leave it as it is with PLA, infill of 30%. All good. Slice the model. This one is very thin, so it's only 3 layers of it, as you can see here, right? Everything is good. We just need to click on export G-code. You can take the default name for this one. or input your own name, okay, and save it. Alright, by the way, this one will take less than a minute to print, and it only require about 10 mm of the filament, and this one we will need to print them in white color. Thank you for staying with me in the last 20 minutes. Do you like the wedding ring we have created using the Squid Game mask and symbol? Please like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe this channel for more videos. Do you have an accessory you would like to make? Please give your comments what you'd like to see, and we'll do our best to make it happen for you. Again, thank you for your attention and look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.